The Eagles versus Rams matchup is in about a day and a half for me. It's going to be Monday morning, early, 5 a.m., but 4 o'clock for you guys on the West Coast, and I think 1 on the East Coast or something like that. But anyways, man, it's going to be an exciting matchup. This Rams offense, man, they have some pieces that can be explosive. Can we contain them? Can we keep Aaron Donald off of our quarterback? We'll see. But either way, man, there's some matchups that we have to dive into, and as well as some other things. What's up, it's your boy Centron coming back at you with another analysis video, and I kid you not, that's my real name. And like I said today, man, looking at Eagles at Rams, 5 matchups to watch. So we'll dive into a little bit more than that, but the main ones. So the Eagles' interior offensive line versus Aaron Donald. You know that Cam Jurgens is going to be out of this one with that foot sprain. He's probably going to miss the next couple games, but Sua Opeta will be taking his place. And you better believe we have a game plan in place to deal with Aaron, whether it be run straight at him, or give him help via Jason Kelce, or and/or Lane Johnson to his right, chipping and helping out, double blocking when we can. We're not going to be able to protect Sua Opeta at all times, but it is going to be a priority to make sure we know that 99 is not where we don't want him to be. He's where we expect him to be, as well as dealing with him and trying to tire him out. He's not the same beast that he was early in his career, but he's still a freaking force to be reckoned with. So we have to make sure that he doesn't control the pace of the game and he doesn't wreck our game plan. That could be quicker drops, getting the ball out faster, and like I said, running right into the teeth of that defense, because similar to years past, but I would say more so even now, that he doesn't have guys that are helping him on that line. So now is the time to ISO on him and focus in on Mr. Donald. All right, the second matchup, Ahkello Witherspoon versus our receivers. So I didn't know that he plays with the Steelers, and he got lit up by A.J. Brown last year in 2022 on touchdown number 2 and touchdown number 3. And, he did in as the safety as well on that play when he out all them motherfuckers. And he got, called for taunting. But, we expect him, to go. I expect them to go right back after him and try to, not shy away from that matchup. One that should be, should fall in our favor. And I don't know about the other Rams cornerback, but I know he's not anything special either. But, of course, there are always, people to watch out for. And it's more so about playing as a unit sometimes, especially with these defenses and playing zone coverage. We'll see how they play them, man or zone. I don't know too much about the Rams defense because there's not too many memorable members on that team. But just to go back to Aaron Donald in that D-tackle position, we're going to face a slew of guys. We got to face the Commanders again, Christian Wilkinson, who's like a top 10 guy, Quinn Williams, who's definitely top 5. And we've already been through these 2 matchups, but there's going to be some other ones along the way, but quite an impressive slate to face this early out on the gate. But good test, and it'll test our depth, and we're definitely going to be battle tested, like they said here, going through this gauntlet. And then we have to get through our real gauntlet as a team, as a whole, weeks 9 through 15, where we face the Seahawks, the Chiefs, the Jets. Well, not the Jets, no. The Bills, the Cowboys, the Dolphins. It's going to be tough sledding, but I believe that we can do it. Just going to take some adjustments, and we'll see in this game whether we make those or not. All right. Matchup number 3, Dallas Goedert versus the Rams linebacker. So he should be able to eat. You see here, he has the best yards per target, with the minimum being 50 catches. And these are receivers: Kendrick Bourne, Tyler Lockett, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, notable names, Deebo Samuels, and his own teammate, A.J. Brown, that he's trumping here. But we just haven't been able to get him the opportunities, with him having a paltry 4.6 yards per target, which is ridiculous. And the Rams linebackers got 8 up. They're nobodies. I mean, they're just, Jags, just another guy. Colts tight ends lit him up for 6 catches for $107 and 2 TDs. Goddard should be able to eat. We'll see whether they make it a case to get him targets, manufacture, game plan around him to highlight him, to scheme him open, because it's really time for his breakout game and he hasn't had it yet. It's been a little, not surprising, but underwhelming as far as the offensive attack goes. But Brian Johnson and Nick Sirianni really have to find a way to get him on track so that he can become, once again, a threatening member of that trio of receivers, as well as give the defense more problems to handle. All right, number 4, the Eagles injury compromised secondary versus the Rams receivers. I was gonna do a video on this, but I don't think I am anymore. But it's scheme. If we play press man, I don't think we'll have a problem. But we were so worried about the defense getting beat. I have to look into this in another video, but it could be a Nick issue and not a D coordinator issue, because we're dealing with the same issues we dealt with last year with one Jonathan Gannon. And who's the common denominator in this? It's the head coach. So is that how he wants him to play? Maybe. But yeah, it's beyond sad, because they have, Cooper Kupp coming back, and yeah, he won't probably be 100% and take 100% of the snaps, but he's still going to be effective in the role that they, limit him to, as well as the rookie Puka Nacua, who's lighting it up. And both those guys play in the slot, and we're weak there. James Bradbury is not the answer. He's a holdover that's just barely holding over. And Bradley Roby can't get up to speed quick enough in this defense for him to play, and we're not even sure what he's going to bring to the table. I believe he can be maybe at the best solid and maybe decent, but all we need maybe is decent. We're playing so bad there, just getting burnt. So, and also is Van Jefferson to deal with, and Tyler Higbee, the tight end, as well as Tutu Atwell, who could give us problems. Also, smaller receiver. I don't think he plays on the outside. I think he also plays maybe on the interior. So it could be quite an explosive game if we let things get out of hand. But we do have one thing that's shading in our favor. Where might the Eagles go feasting? This freaking O-line. So Joe Noteboom, he's going to be out of the game. So I don't know who his replacement is. Coleman Shelton, just another guy. Rob Havenstein, he's solid but not spectacular, so he can be had. I look for Reddick to maybe continue his upward trend after getting a sack, finally getting on the board last game. Steve Avila, second-round pick, so maybe the rookie can be had. He's a newbie, but that interior, man, could be a problem. Alaric Jackson could be decent, but he's also injured, so he might not even be able to finish a game. So we have a chance to eat, fellas, here. So I really want to see us come out and be aggressive and not waste the D-line's efforts again, and giving up so much space, 7 to 10 yards or 15 yards off, and they're getting there, but they're able to get the ball out. And Matthew Stafford, he's a pretty good quarterback. He can spin the thing. So, injured or not, I expect him to give it all he's got, man. So, got delinquents in the neighborhood. But it could be a war out there, especially if we let him get going like we did all the other quarterbacks, let them get in a rhythm. Oh, just pitch and catch. We got to be better than that, man. All right, so let's look at the full injury report and see who's playing or not. So Britton Covey, every day here, ramping up. Didn't practice, then limited in full. So he might be able to be our punt returner and be the first player this year to go through concussion protocol and play the next week. But Fletcher Cox is out, Cam Jurgens is out, and Marlon is out. So Sidney Brown was limited, but he didn't train in the right direction. He was just limited for the whole week. So we're going to be without him for at least another week. Justin Evans is back, as well as Quez Watkins, and we can see what those two can bring to the table. Quez being the explosive guy, and Justin Evans being one of the more steady safeties we have on the roster. Definitely an upgrade over Terrell Edmonds. So let's look at the Rams injuries that we previously just talked about a little bit. So Alaric Jackson, he's questionable. So I think he'll play, but how effective will he be? Joe Noteboom out, so his replacement, and then potentially having two replacements could spell trouble. Kyron Williams, he was a full practice, so I believe he'll play. Christian Roseboom, I would say Joe Noteboom, but he'll play, but he's just a guy. Cooper Kupp, like I said, he'll play, but we'll see how limited or not it'll be. And Matthew Stafford, the hip, how much is it really affecting him? we could really test it out, put a couple hits on him early and see how he reacts. All right. I just noticed a trend with the QB index. It's nothing big. Maybe you even saw it, but it is something that's finally catching back up with the league, and we'll see what adjustments they make maybe in the offseason to deal with it. But once it's finished loading here, we'll get to it. Let's look at maybe the top 5 or 6 or 7 or so quarterbacks. But look at Josh Allen. He got 4 picks, 2 fumbles. Tua, 3 picks, 5 fumbles. Patrick, the model of consistency, 4 interceptions and 1 fumble. Lamar Jackson, 1 interception and 6 fumbles. Jalen Hurts, 3 and 1. Justin Herbert, 1 and 1. So he's got the lowest on this. Brock Purdy, no picks, but 4 fumbles with those small hands he's got. Dak Prescott, only 1 interception. But, he hasn't, he's not the paragon of consistency. And Matthew Stafford here with 5. And then Jared Goff with 3. So there's been more turnovers with the quarterbacks. It's just offenses are up to speed, and defenses seem like they've caught up to maybe this cycle of the rules being bent towards the offense having an advantage. So maybe the league looks to even that back out in their favor. Scoring. They want to see more people excited about the NFL, which equals points being scored. So it means rules tend to break in the favor of the offense to make it easier to go out there and score. I don't agree with it, but it's the way that the modern NFL operates. But could be a trend to watch. But the last thing we'll get to here, man, this could be a war starting here as far as arming up artillery. So the 49ers make a blockbuster trade. It wasn't a blockbuster trade, but they did trade for 30-year-old defensive end outside linebacker Randy Gregory. So he was previously said he was going to be that they said he was going to be cut, but the 49ers made it in time. They made a deal for him. I don't know what it is, but I'm trying to figure out how the 49ers are fitting a huge 5-year, $70 million contract onto their books when they're already tied up against the cap. I guess they'll make it work some way, but this could be another piece in their arsenal of pass rushers. They have Nick Bosa and now Gregory. On the interior, Javon Hargrave and Eric Armstead, which are solid. Drake Jackson, I don't really know too much about him, but maybe he's a rising star. But the arms war has begun. So how he's sitting there sitting back home and looking at this like, I gotta make some moves. They're not gonna outdo me. So your boy's gonna go and get somebody. I don't know if it's gonna be a pass rusher, but it's gonna be someone most likely to help the defense. Could we see a Patrick Queen finally come here? Maybe a Buda Baker, safety. So we don't know, but I guarantee you that he's not gonna just sit back on his laurels. It's never been something he's done. So maybe fireworks will begin before the trade deadline. I think it's week 8 or week 9 or so. Could be week 10 because I know it's pushed back due to us having a 17-game season. But anyways, we're gonna get out of here. Much shorter video today, but I know you're not even here. You're not even watching it, but it's all good. Like I said, I always say, I love talking about the Eagles and love making these videos. So we're gonna get up out of here. But anyways, as always, fly Eagles fly, and let's motherfucking go. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like. Thanks for watching. Check me out at Centron Anime, Centron Life, or Centron Laughs, or other social media.